Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. I'm Brian the Grizzly with Brandman Brandon. What's up, man?
Not too much. This whole DNC thing is kind of dying down on its last day over here. It hasn't been too crazy down here, so um,
I'll
I
tell you,
haven't
the
had to hide in
expressway,
my bathtub like I feared I would.
the expressways have been bad. I was down in Ridgewood today, and they were protesting everything. It was crazy.
hmm
I don't know. Um,
Yeah,
I heard you went and saw The Crow today. So, what are your first thoughts?
yeah. I just got back, like not even 25, 30 minutes ago. Um, I didn't mind it. It uh, Obviously it wasn't the original, but I respect the fact that it did not even try to be the original. Um, Bill Skarsgård is a pretty capable actor. He's proven himself time and again. So he was one of the best things about it. I thought he did a great job. Um, as far as I'm sure we'll go into detail about it after if you're going to go see
On
it.
Monday,
But
yeah.
yeah, it was fine. If I had to sum it up in a word, it was fine.
It was fine.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah. Mhm.
What's up, 80 kids from the 90s? Good
80s
evening,
kid, what up, man?
man. Then my boy Anzo, what's up, Kings? Said he's going
Uh,
tomorrow.
mhm.
Oh, that's what's up. I'm not like
It
this
had
fan. That's why, like, I want to know what you guys think, because, like, I thought I respected the movie. I thought it was pretty
mhm,
good, and it's like I understand, but I wasn't like this huge, unbelievable like cult following. And if I
mhm,
was trying to pull it up, but if you know Tank literally had he dressed up as the Crow for Halloween. Like he had the whole
mhm,
outfit, the whole get up. So he's a
mhm,
huge fan. So I know he's
mhm,
going. You know,
mhm.
he's
Yeah.
gonna figure out
And,
a way to get out there.
by the way, I really like the soundtrack. There were a good handful of needle drops. I started like bopping my head to.
Okay. We'll also talk about it.
Mhm.
So, baby, don't worry about the setting. The setting will look like it's in Chicago. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the vibe I was getting from it. It was kind of an unspecified city, but it very much looked like Chicago.
Mm-mm. So, said, does anyone collect Legos? There's a new Siren. I actually saw this in one of my groups. Legos, one of the people
Mhm,
I work out with, they are huge Lego collectors. Like he's done it. He glues them together, and like it's like the Lego movie. That's what he does all of his stuff. But he starts with he's very big in Star Wars. He's very big into Halo and Master Chief and stuff like that. So he does a lot of that.
mhm. I thought about collecting Legos again.
I don't need to collect anything else. Do you see?
Mhm,
I mean, if I look a tour around my room, it's too much. It's a problem. I got more shelves. I put another work studio right here to the left because I saw all this other stuff. So it's too much.
mhm.
All right, I got a couple questions for you. You said no way. All right, so I can do my Lego sets because you don't want to touch it. You don't want someone coming down and breaking the stuff. So you want to make sure it is together and no one touched my stuff.
Exactly.
That's why I'm like with all this stuff. Don't touch my stuff. My girls don't even come in the basement sometimes to play. They're like, hey, don't touch my things, man. Kevin says, "Hey, Star Wars is going to play it safe now, just to make money." And you know what he's talking about, because finally we don't have to worry about getting an Acolyte season 2,
Mhm,
which didn't surprise me at all. I mean, as we talked about last time, it's just if they know that people are going to be upset, they're just not going to try to push it. They're going to go with Mandalorian and Grogu. They're gonna push that. They're gonna push all the rest of the stories. You know, they're gonna go for Filoni and Favreau, which was interesting in
Hmm.
C2E2 that we did not see Kathleen Kennedy at all. They all the creators came out and all this stuff, and she was nowhere to be found. So
It
I
doesn't. Yeah.
maybe
Um, well, considering how little amount of people are happy with her, I'm sure people would bum rush the stage.
I'm actually wouldn't be surprised if what was really going on is that they have come to a handshake agreement that at the end of the year they're just not going to renew her contract. So there is no getting fired or any of that stuff. They're just going to not renew it.
Hmm.
So you want to worry about anything with Catherine Kennedy, which I'm
Yeah.
hoping for. I'm actually hoping. I want to renew. I told you they should either go 2,000 years in the past or 1,000 years in the future, and then write their own stories.
Hmm.
Then you
I'd
don't
be
have to
good
have
with
all
them
these
jumping
arguments.
ahead in the future. Yeah.
I love that. So people are celebrating Acolyte getting canceled. See, I'm not gonna celebrate it, but I am definitely glad that I don't have to watch it any more of it because
Yeah. I'm
they just
very
start bringing
much
in money.
like, yeah. I didn't have any attachment to the acolyte, so I'm very much like, okay, and nothing of value was lost.
And
It just
somehow
didn't.
Acolyte didn't return.
Mhm.
You know, it's instead of Palpatine, somehow Palpatine returned. Somehow Acolyte did not return. So but we're
Mhm.
gonna still get season 2 of Andor. We're still getting season 2 of Ahsoka. So I mean, and then we have
Mhm.
the Filoni and Favreau effect. And if a Filoni Favreau's movie makes any money, then they will be the ones who run this stuff.
Mhm.
So is anyone concerned about the Filoni movie? I'm looking forward to Favreau's Bando movie, but Filoni is a better as a creator. So his own characters were portrayed a bit bland. Um, so the Mando movie is going to have both Filoni and Favreau in it.
Mhm.
So I know that. And anything with Filoni, I know at least it'll be people won't be upset about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, at least
I
people
think
will
at the
be
very
behind it.
least.
It will make sense at least. It'll make sense in the lore of Star Wars. We won't have to worry about those things. So,
Mhm.
which is hard enough.
Yeah, at
So I'm
the
not,
very least, I think it'll be serviceable under him.
but it is what it is. I'm not
Mhm.
for it or against it. I'm worried about them not going further into it because I just want them to go and have their own stories. Because whenever you do stuff in the time period that they're doing it, you're gonna mess with things. You're gonna mess with the lore. You're gonna mess with what's canon, and we're gonna have all these arguments. So instead of having those arguments, let's just not talk about it.
Mhm.
That's my favorite. Like go ahead, go for further in the future. Don't worry about it. Or go
Yeah,
in the past where we have all these great things at the beginning of the Jedi and beginning of the Sith and all that.
yeah. I'm like, yeah, just do a time jump, kind of disconnect from any and everything that's currently going on, and just kind of start with a clean slate.
They're half stepping.
Hmm.
You know, we got Danny here.
Hmm.
What up, Danny?
Danny, what's going on, man?
Anza says, I'm glad it's over. You know, I felt like they're going the right direction in Ahsoka, and then
Hmm.
they just stopped. They got scared and they pulled back. The World Between Worlds could have taken them so far away. They could have went to the future. They could have done a lot of different things, and then they just said, "No, we're not going to do it." And then they got less entertaining.
Hmm.
So, but they had an idea. They could have used it as a vehicle to get them into the future. And I don't know why they didn't do that. Why didn't you utilize that?
I agree.
It made me upset. Like I don't know why to do it. I know Danny does not like Ahsoka, so, but I feel like they had an opportunity to do those things to
Hmm.
get out of the Skywalker mind frame. Get out of this
It,
stuff.
yeah, it would have been the best time, you know. But yeah.
Listen, Anzo says, "No, World Between Worlds sucks." You think every other thing sucks. They said the World Between Worlds could have been awesome. It could if they take some risk. I think that's the thing. They'll have to create storylines. They have to change canon. It doesn't have to be exactly what the books. Even though the EU has a certain way, you don't have to do it that way. Do it a different way that you can kind of jump in between times. You could use it as or the time machine almost. You can be outside in time and space. You could use it at like they did in Marvel. Can you imagine if they did that? Like they did like how Loki used Kang, the Kang variant at the end of Loki season 1. It's like you're outside time and space. You can actually get back into this time and space during doing certain things. And then they
Right.
use that to fast forward 1,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like Ahsoka didn't like some of the storylines. I don't think they didn't go far enough. They should have utilized it to give you more. And people are risk averse, and that's the problem. When you become risk
Mm-hmm.
averse, you have the same canon stuff, and people are going to be arguing about this stuff all the time.
Very much a commonality being risk averse, unfortunately.
Like Kevin says, Star Wars takes risk. People are going to complain.
You're not wrong.
But people are complaining even without the risk, so it don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So time travel in Star Wars doesn't work. Well, then just say our new settings 1,000 years later. We can just say you don't even have to do anything. You can literally stream it on the screen. Just say 1,000 years after the Skywalker saga, we end up in this world.
Yeah,
and
quick.
Set up the world from there.
that's a quick fix.
Like you don't have to do anything hard. You just say we're just gonna roll the script and we're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
We're out. So how about if the Emperor went back and stopped Obi-Wan from being Anakin, and we really see Vader's potential without becoming one of those we know now? That would be interesting to see. But you'd be messing with canon, messing with what we already have with the Skywalker thing.
Mm-hmm.
I agree that would be interesting, and seeing what Vader really could become, or if Anakin didn't have to become Vader and it was just Anakin.
Just Anakin, yeah.
What if Anakin killed Obi-Wan? Maybe what if he said, "Don't try it"? I have the high ground, and Anakin somehow won.
Yeah.
What would the world be? That's a good ass what if. What if Anakin beat Obi-Wan? That's a TV series I'll watch. What if that happened? It works. We saw Ezra save Ahsoka from being killed by Vader. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go in the future or past, but once you bring in time travel, you can go back and change shit, like Danny said. But okay, I can see you can, but you need to do something to be able to get out. Get away from this saga. And if you go far in the future, you don't have to worry about messing with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he said do a what if. I think what ifs in Star Wars would be amazing. You can do all type of what ifs.
There's a lot you could do. Holy crap! Yeah, there's a ton you could do with that.
Like, imagine what if Leia was with Uncle Ben, and Luke grew up, and with the
Organas
and Organas, and he was head of the Senate, and he became emperor, or whatever. What would happen then if Luke had all the privileges, and it was not the same thing for Leia. Leia had to grow up in the middle of a sand dune. What happens then? I would take I would do that in a second. I would watch that in a second. That would be cool to see in all the what ifs. That would be fire. So, but don't bring that crap to canon. Just make it a what if. It doesn't have to be canon, right?
Yeah, not at all.
It's just something we're thinking, like what if this happened, just like they do in Marvel. Or what if Mace survived the fall? Because everyone's been talking about Mace Windu theories. What if Mace survived? You know, what if
Hmm.
what if you do Yoda? What if Yoda would start with the dark side? You know, what if the
Hmm.
Emperor was a Jedi? You know,
Hmm.
there's a laundry list of things you could do with Star Wars. What if the Star Wars could possibly save? What if in Star Wars could possibly save Star Wars? Yes, I agree. If they do it correctly, or at least bring back a genuine interest, I think you could do that because it's so many things that people always thought. You know, I think you could bring back all type of interesting characters. You know,
Hmm.
what if what if Han Solo died? What happens with Leia? What happens with Luke? Does all that the sequel crap go out the window? Does he have good students? Does he bring back the Jedi Order? Because of
Hmm.
because Hans dies in like Return of the Jedi, or instead of them freezing him and whatever, or Revenge of the Sith, I mean, or Return of the, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if Hans dies earlier? Then you don't have to worry about all this stuff, and we never get Kylo Ren, and he
Hmm.
saves all the Jedi.
Han
Just
saves all the Jedi, or
no,
Kylo
so
Ren.
so so Luke starts his Jedi Order over, right? And there's
Hmm.
no one like Kylo Ren who ruins that because he builds the Jedi the right way. So there's no evil there, and he builds it all
Hmm.
the way back up. What if that happens?
I gotcha.
And then you can have Grogu there. You can have all those there.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What if Palpatine didn't kill Plagueis? Hanzo says, yeah, and that was trash. They only brought her back because they liked Ahsoka. But I wish she would have stayed dead. No stakes when you mess around with the timeline. Time travel. I understand that.
Hmm.
This is a good one. What if Qui-Gon Jinn didn't die?
I was just thinking about that. What if Qui-Gon lived and trained Anakin himself?
What if Anakin never become evil? So because instead of
Hmm.
now his master's not like his brother, like a brother to him, it's more like a father. Exactly what he needed.
Hmm.
Man, that would be interesting as hell. I will pay to watch that one. What if Luke died on Hoth? That would be crazy. What would happen
Hmm.
if Luke died early? Darth Vader just did do the Sith, just run everything.
Hmm.
You know, the Empire just strikes back instead of them freezing him. Vader kills him. That would be perfect.
Yep.
Instead of freezing them, he just says, "You're dead." He force chokes him to death and kills him right there.
Yeah.
What if Luke turned to the dark side? I mean, these are great ideas. Patty Penny, guys. Patty Penny. This is our idea. This is either Bigger for Entertainment and the Road to Wisdom,
Hmm.
and along with Spoiler Kings. We're coming up with these ideas. You need to come get them from us. Star Wars. Catherine Kennedy, call me. Oh, what if Anakin saved his mother from the Sand People before she died? They already showed that in the movies. I'm just wondering,
Hmm.
who going to the dark side? Yeah, they have. But I'm just saying that would save it too. Like, so let's do two things at the same time. Let's go into the future, start a new saga, and then start doing what ifs
Hmm.
with the current line. So now you're saving it in two different ways. I think that works. You have interesting people that want to know from what's from the original canon, what if things change, and then you go in the future and you have your own storylines.
Hmm. Huh.
Well, so you said, what if Leia was the chosen one? Leia could have been the chosen one. We don't know. She could have been. Who knows?
Hmm.
All right. I think that's an interesting thing. All right. Tank actually sent us an idea. Now that I got all you guys, Danny says, also, so I got to record my show for tomorrow. Y'all still on? He'll jump on going. Bel-Air is fire. I can't wait to talk about Bel-Air. I was
Oh,
actually
yeah.
watching the episode 4 right before we got on, so yeah, I agree. So Tank was been fighting someone on YouTube, right? And this is what he said. The comments about Tucson and a recast. Said, what if Black Panther 3 in Black Panther 3 we find that Shuri could have saved T'Challa if she only knew about Tucson. Only the blood of his son could have saved him. Okay? Said, I mean, he said it never happened because everyone would hate Toussaint. It would have made make having a son without no one knowing be stupid, and it would like it was in the movie. So if they had Toussaint's blood could have saved him, and the fact that they never shared that with Shuri is the thing that killed him. What do you want to hear that? Would you want to see that?
I would not want to see that.
If they only ever said something, opened their mouth and told Shuri about him, he would have been able to save T'Challa.
I don't think I like that.
Okay, why not?
Because it much as I didn't like Wakanda Forever, it just they were very definite that there was no way to save T'Challa. He was he's dead. Blah blah blah. To pull that 180 and say, oh, he could have lived. We could have saved him. We just chose not to. It would just be.
We never said anything. He made the same mistake as his father by not saying anything about this stuff, and now he's dead.
Yeah, screw that.
Daddy said that would be fire, though. That would have been fire if his son could have saved him. I think that would be horrible.
It'd be fire. It'd be fiery crap.
I think people would be furious, and people would hate Toussaint. Amazing, it'll be how much that you'll hate him.
Yeah.
That would. It'd be hard to watch, honestly. But I think it's just a terrible idea, honestly.
Same. Yep. I'm not with that.
She could have gotten the properties of the heart-shaped herb from his blood. She could have had the bloodline that would have saved him for whatever cancer he had. Use that, and use this DNA to take out the bad piece of DNA into T'Challa's blood and put that in to save him.
Exactly.
Pissed. People would be upset.
People would be so outraged. Could you imagine that?
No, I can't, because I can see people being upset. So I don't think they would hate the child. They would hate the mom and T'Challa. I don't think they would hate Nakia. They're not going to hate Nakia and T'Challa. I think they would hate Feige or whoever said that this storyline would be okay to do. That's what they would
definitely. Yeah,
it would be like, why would you do this? It would be awful. I think so, but would it be any worse than what they did already? I think that could be worse than what they did in Wakanda Forever. This would be worse.
Yeah, that would be like twisting the knife, so to speak.
Exactly. Well, speaking of twisting the knife, you don't feel like that's what they're already doing with World of Wakanda?
Oh yeah, definitely. Exploiting Wakanda. Oh, we know we killed off your Black Panther and wouldn't just replace him from a different actor so we could keep carrying on. But look, we're doing more stuff with Wakanda. Don't you like Wakanda?
Spend more money. Come watch this. Let's make this another $1 billion one. I mean,
Yeah,
they
I'm not with it.
to be fair, Black Panther World of Wakanda is something that's a 6 issue comic run that
Mhm,
by Colts that did occur. So this is not like they will be pulling out of nowhere. They did
mhm,
talk about this stuff before. So people that like me that always say, "Oh no, go from the comic books." This would literally be something that would be from the comic books.
mhm.
Just saying. But the difference is T'Challa's alive in that.
Yeah.
They're focusing on Wakanda.
Mhm,
You know, and I don't know if you know this comic six, the series of World of Wakanda is very graphic, very brutal.
mhm,
You see the love, but they see a lot of fighting. You see a lot of really cold stuff, man.
mhm.
But yeah, that's what people are talking about. So yes, because the idea of they tried to idea it was the idea to hide it. Their idea to hide it. Yeah, I got you. Gotcha. Okay. All right. What do you think about Blade?
Um, what with this new MCU version that'll never happen?
Is that what you're saying? That's never going to happen, or are they going to cancel it?
Both. It'll never happen. Marvel will eventually see what a moot point it is and just pull the plug.
I think what they do is they delay it to 2026,
Mhm,
and then they change the idea of the movie to be a swan song with Wesley.
mhm,
They do the thing that they've been trying to pitch, that Ryan Reynolds has been pitching. I think that they do
mhm,
that. They give a Logan type of ending for Blade.
mhm.
Would you be
Hmm.
okay with that?
I'd probably be okay with that.
I think that'd be a great idea. Bring back
Mhm,
Wesley. You can then focus on Blade, a new Blade after Secret Wars and then a reboot. But that way you use Secret Wars with Wesley in there, you
mhm,
know, or you kill him off right before, so you don't have to even worry about it, and then you could bring a new Blade in afterwards. You have variants, you have all those things, so why not do that?
mhm.
I mean, the rumor is Mahershala Ali is going to be out.
Oh
He's
yeah, it's only a matter of time.
Johnson. Yeah,
He's probably getting sick of this too. Well, beyond sick of it.
I mean, do you blame him? They announced
No,
this movie 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Yep.
I just
Mhm,
I don't understand that little snippet of that video game is going to be out before the movie.
mhm,
That's crazy because I remember we saw, we were like, oh man, I don't know what this is. It's
mhm,
literally going to be out before the movie.
mhm,
Oh man, I'm sad because I thought Mahershala Ali it was a good casting,
mhm.
but I the whole Lakeith, yeah. But see, as L would say, "What's up, L?" See, I was seeing
Yeah,
people
what's
say
up?
Lakeith, but no,
Oh,
I agree. I
I
don't want to.
like him, but absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Plus,
Absolutely.
you should be able to do some martial arts. You can't
Mhm.
replace the man Wesley Snipes with a guy who can't do those things. I think that would
Exactly.
be a big mistake.
Exactly.
To say I much prefer Trevante Rhodes.
Trevante Rhodes would be awesome.
I have to see if he can. I. It's going to be so hard to follow up Wesley Snipes. That's why I really get to.
Mhm.
I think Trevante Rhodes looks the part. He's 6 feet tall. I definitely could see it.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I think he's a little bit thicker, a little bit bigger, a little bit more menacing. So I think that's a good thing. I
Mhm.
think that's a good fit. Or keep Mahershala Ali or bring back Wesley. I think you bring back Wesley, have the Logan thing,
Mhm.
right? So you do the Logan thing, and then instead you let him die, and then bring back. You do the reboot after the Secret War, and not have to worry about it. So if you do it that way, you're fine. You're fine. All right. Let's get on to some of the other stuff. I do have a trailer I wanted to watch with you real quick. We'll do the trailer. We'll run through this trailer, then we'll go talk about Bel-Air, and then we can call it a night for the night. We'll do a short show. Okay.
I'm good with that because I could get to bed early tonight.
See you getting tired, so we'll do that way. All right. I want to bring up Y2K for A24 because we're in a generation that actually lived through it, right? We're doing Y2K. How old are you? 15 going on 16?
15, yep.
Yeah, I was 15, about to turn 16 too. Yeah. So I think this is gonna be right up our alley. It's a 2-minute trailer, so I'll start off the thing and then we will watch this. All right.
All right.
Make sure it's all set. All right. There we go. And welcome back to the Spoiler Kings. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Brandman Brandon. We're gonna check out a quick trailer, another A24 one. They've been releasing a lot of bangers, so let's see if this could be another good one. This one is about Y2K. We are literally the generation that lived through it, so maybe it'll be just like something we remember. Do you remember Y2K, B?
I sure do. Everyone was making a huge deal out of it. Yeah, mass hysteria.
All right. Well, let's pull it up. Let's check out this trailer and see if it's funny or not. Let me know if you hear it.
Can hear it.
Any lucky lady gonna get the midnight kiss?
Just talk to her, dude.
What's up, Laura?
We're actually going to this New Year's thing. It's going to be a total shit show.
Oh.
See ya.
It's 1999, and we getting drunk.
In a few hours, you have an excuse to kiss the girl of your dreams.
Open up. Take us away.
That's so smooth.
Y2K is real.
Someone's on the net.
Dumbass. I use gel.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
What the hell?
You just drilled through a chick's head. Come on, we gotta go.
We're experiencing major problems. As a result, Y2K breakdown.
Bye-bye, human race.
We're talking global computer apocalypse.
Sorry, guys. I guess you're fucked.
They made a video and everything. That's crazy.
Lawnmower man.
You don't know how this shit works.
Grab a bike, grab a board, grab whatever you can.
This has been the shittiest night of my life.
Fuck this!
But it's cool that we got to hang out for once.
Oh, let go! I get knocked out, but I get up again.
Number 6. What? Okay.
Right.
What'd you think about that?
Looks fun in a throwback type late 90s, early 2000s vibe.
Do you think it's too far away? Is so in the past that people don't even understand what the hell they're talking about?
No. Not necessarily.
I think if I went and talked to some of the people that I that work for me,
Mhm.
they will have no idea what a Y2K phenomenon or any of that stuff was.
Mhm.
I mean, I barely even remember. I mean, we had the water. The idea was that as the time switched over, no, they'd always had 199 always in all the things. So it was
Mhm.
going to break all the computers, and all the planes would go down, and things would start messing up, and basically we're going to have Terminator type of thing that happened during the Y2K. That was the idea.
Mhm.
Do you think that people know that enough to enjoy this movie? That's the real question. You
Mhm.
know, no, the question is, no, I'm asking you: do you think that they remember Y2K enough to know what's going on? The younger generation now, the ones who are,
Oh no.
if you were born in 2000, you're 24 years
Mhm.
old.
Mhm.
So I mean,
I'd say no, they did not.
they say you were born in 1995. You have no idea. You're 29 years old,
Mhm.
almost 30 years old, and that's really in the middle of all adulthood. You know,
Yep.
and it's possible that they have no idea what's happening.
Mhm. 1 second while you're talking, man. I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Hang on. Be right back.
So I don't know. This is Y2K movie. I see it. I understand what the concept is. I don't think they understand enough about Y2K to enjoy an actual movie about this. Um, but it's there. I had some laughs. I mean, we're gonna have music that's gonna be nostalgic. So we'll have that. But people were going losing their damn mind. So you really have to understand. People were going buying water. They were buying tissue and paper towels, and people thought that they needed to have bomb shelters and all that stuff. Yeah, Anzo in here said it was so stupid. People went crazy. That's what was going on. And but I think the people that are going to the movies now have no idea about this. So the interest might be too late to try to pull that interest together right now. So I don't know. It seems like a cool trailer, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure that this trailer is enough. It's going to be enough to hit enough people to really understand, what's happening, what happened.
Rachel Zegler's in it, so I'm sure a bunch of middle-aged incels are big mad about that right now. But yeah, yeah, definitely the Y2K kind of craze it was basically COVID before COVID.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going on. I mean, I think it's going to be funny. I mean, Jonah Hill is the one who kind of is directing this
Mhm.
and doing that.
And
So
Kyle Mooney directing it, which is interesting.
yeah, I'm interested in it. I'm interested in seeing
Mhm.
what's happening, but I don't think it's going to make a lot of money. I don't think. I mean, coming out December 6th with all the Disney stuff, I think this is going to be one of those things that goes straight to DVD. It might be available on DVD by the end of the year.
Yeah, I think it'll probably end up getting lost in the shuffle.
Yeah,
I know it's premiered at a couple of film festivals and got a pretty decent response.
I'm okay with that if it does.
Mhm.
But this is what we think, guys. We want to know what you think. Do you think Y2K is a good idea? Do you think this is actually could make a lot of people want to see it. Do you think the nostalgia is enough of a factor to drive this movie, or will it
Mhm.
be fall flat on its face? Just be too much. People just don't understand. They can connect with it. Which one do you think it's going to
Curious,
be? You
yeah,
know,
curious to see how it pans out. It's A24, so
they have a cult following. People do go see things just because it's A24, and A24 has come out with a lot of bangers. So,
sure
yeah.
have.
Um,
Mhm.
guys, let us know. Jump into the comments. Tell us what you think about this. And if you're watching the live show, we're gonna go on to the next topic. If you're watching this later, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on Mondays and Thursdays from 9 until we finish up. So thanks for watching, and we will see you guys later.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. I forgot I had that Y2K thing that we need to talk about, but I'm gonna pull up all the stuff for Bel-Air. Talk about that. We're gonna do the last three episodes. We're not gonna do episode 4 yet.
I didn't watch episode 4. Was that today?
That just came out today.
Yeah. Watch the first 3.
All right. Let's talk about Bel-Air. Let me see if I have anything for Bel-Air. I'll have it next time. All right, here we go. And welcome back to Spoiler Kings. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Brandman Brandon. What's up?
Not too much.
All right, well, we're going to sit here and talk about Bel-Air. Bel-Air came out last week with episodes 1 through 3 for season 3. A lot of stuff was going on, and kind of want to cover those things. Episode 4 dropped tonight, so when we do this again next week, we'll do 4 and 5. We'll be totally caught up. But Bel-Air season 3, I've loved this show the first 2 seasons. What were your first thoughts of these first 3 episodes?
I liked it. It jumps right back in to the show. Gave myself a little refresher course with the previous episode before I started watching this one. It doesn't really skip a beat. It still maintains the dramatic tone that this take on Fresh Prince is going for. Good kind of progression as to where the characters are at this point. That really worked for me. Yeah, they're very much in their element, and they're even going into angle with Will's father, Lou, which I'm hoping they handle better than they did in the original Fresh Prince, because screw that guy in the original one.
You don't want me, man.
Friggin' bum. But yeah, I think the thing that I really like about this show is the fact that they did end up taking like the serious kind of soap opera-esque route. I think that when I first heard about it, my knee-jerk reaction was like, really? They're doing that? That sounds stupid. But then now I kind of realize it's the best thing they could have done for it, because if they just went the straight like sitcom route and rebooted it, all it would have been was just like a carbon copy of the original. That would instantly turn people off and be like, oh, I'm just sticking with the original. So the realistic drama, almost soap opera take was the way to go. Best thing for it, actually.
So I was watching this. So first off, I gotta commend them. Starting episode season 3 in the summertime with Will Smith with Fresh Prince is just genius, right? Because was Will Smith's most popular song, Summertime. So having that be the backdrop of the feel, so you're not kind of pigeonholed into having it fit in school. You could do anything. You go outside. You don't have to answer those questions. You're taking that point away. So I thought that was smart. The first episode is I'm back because Carlton is back from rehab. So being in rehab and he's only there for a month, I thought that was short, really short, and
right,
to understand how to live. If you've lived with the problem for all those years, right? It's hard after that quick turnaround, being able to take those skills and be ready to live in the world. So I thought that was very difficult for them, but it's cool seeing all the people. You saw the photo shoot for the magazine for Essence, seeing how they look like a perfect Black family, and it was really
power couple.
The power couple, great family. They look like they got it all. And when they step up a season like that, I feel like that's always foreshadowing they're going to break everything. So everything we think we know now is going to change. So and that was a really cool way to set it up. And actually really kind of framed it well. Because she seems to be the truth setter. She's almost the outside cast member that we don't know because they focused on everyone else more. So her being that is almost like she's watching like us. She's us. So we relate to her more than we relate to everybody else because she's also watching it. So I thought that was
she's
very cool.
Basically the audience surrogate. Yeah.
Exactly. And saying the things that we think, holding Carl accountable, which we will get to in the next couple episodes. So episode 1, Hillary's back with LaMarcus, right? So they have that thing going on. With Lisa, they're not really calling it anything, but they're kind of just having fun in that first episode.
Going through the motions.
Carlton found a girl when he was in rehab that he really likes. That was kind of crazy. That's it. What up, Tony?
Tony, what's up?
So I mean, that's kind of the basis of what's going on, and you can feel something's not right with Phil and Viv. You just feel something's not there. And then the first episode. Then second episode. Well, let's talk about. I'm sorry. Will does talk to Lou and meets his dad and finds out his dad never left LA. That's a huge point. Towards the end of the episode, Will goes and talks to Lou, and Lou tells him basically, "Hey, I didn't want to. I wasn't ready to meet you, and I didn't want to look at my son and not have my life together. So I stayed out here and got my life together. That's what I'm trying to do."
Good deviation from the original. It doesn't make Lou seem like a complete bum like he was in the original. So I'm interested to see where they go with him. Hopefully redemption arc. Always like Marlon. Partial, and I say that due in part to the fact that I've always liked Marlon Wayans. Always been a fan of his.
I think he did an amazing job in this in 2 episodes he's really in.
People forget that he does have very good serious acting chops.
I think he's a better serious actor than he is a comedic actor.
Me too. I sure do. Heck, Requiem for a Dream proved that. He was. I'll always be disappointed that the Richard Pryor movie that he was supposed to star in never happened because I was really interested to see how he pulled that off, and I think they even had like a cast at that point, and I know they definitely had a director. It was to meet Lee Daniels, which would have been cool, but I'll always be bummed out that never came to fruition. But it's good to see Wayans remind everyone that he does have range. And serious acting chops. So let's see where they go with him this season.
And then they did with Marlon, but he basically he's Lou. Lou find out that he was a good basketball player. He's very much like Will. He was all state. He was an MVP of the state tournament. He had all those things going for him, which makes Will want to go exact opposite of his dad. So he quits his AAU team for the summer. He says, "All right, I'm out. No basketball this summer. I want to be something different." That kind of leads us more into episode 2 because he wants to become,
entrepreneur.
The entrepreneur. So the young black entrepreneur. He has that opportunity. He missed it in the first episode. In the second episode, while Will and Carlton they make him get a job at the country club. While doing that, they kind of meet some people, rub some elbows with a couple of people. Carlton, Phil has another party there. We have the character that Vic Mensa plays, who which I love Vic Mensa, by the way. He is
I
like
love Vic Mensa too. Like he's awesome.
he's
I
so
love
awesome.
Vic Mensa.
He plays a USC fighter, FC fighter, and who became a venture capitalist basically, and became a great entrepreneur. And he was looking for young black people to do the same thing. So he had a group that he was looking for. Will missed it, the meeting with him the first time, but Carlton actually
vouched for him.
Vouched for him. Yeah, I thought that was very cool. That Carlton ride or die for him. And he was like, "Man, you guys are a perfect partnership. I've never seen one go so hard for family like that." And he lets both of them into his group and give them opportunity. You have to come up with a business idea. So that's where we're at in episode 2. That's what they're thinking about, looking for inspiration. So when Phil's at his law firm's event, they get to talk to some incredible entrepreneurs. So Byron Allen, if anyone doesn't know who Byron Allen is, you really should check on him. He is, I mean, he made money. He made some great things. He bought basically a television network, and he parlayed that into a lot of great things. And seeing him there, and they had these great black entrepreneurs tell them how they became who they are. Give them the idea that, hey guys, you guys are the special sauce. What are you special at? And they give them an idea to come up with this new brand called Black Cess, which is just talking about their own story. How when Phil, how Will's coming back from Philly, all the stuff that he went through, what Carlton's going through with his drugs, and they're leaning into it and making it into a clothing brand. I thought that's smart. I think
that was really smart
with today's youth. So what do you feel about the relationship between Will and Carlton?
I like it. I like how they've kind of come quite a way since their first introduction, where they really didn't like each other, and then it became kind of like they tolerated each other, and now they've started to like each. Now they're like they very much like each other. They're basically brothers in arms, which I really appreciate. And they made it make sense. They made it. I like how they fleshed out that relationship, from antagonistic to kind of passive to embracing each other. I really like that. So,
very good point, because I think we were all in season 1 hating Carlton, right?
No one liked Carlton the first season 1, or at least like the first half of season 1. But now I think he's one of my favorites. I really like what they did with him. Dare I say, I almost think he's a little bit more of a little more interesting character than Will. No disrespect to Will on the show, but they're giving more kind of they're giving more of the hefty material, or like the fleshy material, to Carlton, which I really like. Yeah.
He did a lot of heavy lifting in these last couple of episodes. Dealing with his addiction, dealing with this girl, and then the thing that he said to Will, I thought I missed in episode 1. He said, "You have to look at your own self. You're trying to save me without looking at you, and we each have to run our own race. I have to run mine, and you have to be yours." And I think that's a big point with people. When you try to save someone else, you're probably trying to escape from what you're doing. Instead of focusing on what you should be focusing on yourself.
Yep, I really appreciate that Carlton is legitimately looking out for Will and his best interests, all the while trying to kind of make amends and atone for his own actions and kind of make himself become a better person. I really, I like when characters kind of have arcs like that. We get to really see his kind of redemption arc at play in this new season.
I definitely agree with that. While all that's going on, so talk about Hillary's now with LaMarcus, right? But so during that party, they have a Juneteenth party. they announced to the world that they got engaged.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus is trying to talk to Hillary's dad. She
Mm-hmm.
sees Jazz with this girl.
Mm-hmm.
She's jealous, so she wants to announce to the world to make him jealous.
Yeah, which is going to come back to bite her in the ass, probably in the worst possible way.
Well, I mean,
Just
their relationship is just is weird, but
yeah.
I knew once she did that they're going to spend more time with each other. And when you
Mm-hmm.
hate someone, you probably love them, right?
Yep.
You're infatuated. That's a thin line between love and hate. So then that's what happens with them. In episode 2, they're first they see him at the record store, then they're at the party with their dad's party, and they end up kissing.
Mm-hmm.
Through all the arguing and those feelings. And I thought that I knew that was coming when Ashley said after they announced their engagement, Ashley told Jazz, "I was rooting for you." So that's why she was like still trying to push, Hillary to Jazz.
Yep.
So and I actually like the way they've done that. This different type of relationship instead of Jazz always chasing her. That this is actually something that they both need. They both want.
Yep. Very much that soap opera will they, won't they type thing.
So Tony said the women in this show are fire.
Man, they sure are.
I was in this other group and we were arguing about Lisa and what's her name? The other one, Will's other girl.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name? Jackie. Duh. Yeah, Jackie. Yeah. So we were arguing about Lisa and Jackie, and they were talking about which one looks better. Yeah, I think I'm not really into Lisa, but I think Jackie's cute. Whatever. And they were
Lisa's the other one. Yeah.
Yeah. She's the one that's the swimmer.
Mm-hmm. Who's Hillary's friend? What's her name? The short-haired one?
Oh yeah. Yeah. What is her name? She is very cute.
Yep, sure is.
Ivy, right? Because
Ivy. Yeah.
So yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ivy.
Two of my favorite things on this show, man, is the women and the outfits. The fits on the show are just on point. Like the real hero of this show, the real star of this show is the costume designer, the costume design department.
All right.
You
know. I think they're doing a really good job with what Tony said, Ivy. We're trying to mesh all these things going on because there's so many things happening between all these characters. We also got Jeffrey who brings his son into town. Which he thinks he's doing it, Frederick to watch after him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we find out that Frederick's kind of into some other stuff.
Yeah, kind of into some
shady stuff. What do you think about Frederick?
Another character that I like. I kind of like characters who aren't very cut and dry and do have kind of ulterior motives. I think they might have him all wrong in terms of what he's doing and why, but we're gonna wait it out to see what happens in that particular aspect. But I like him. I think at the end of the day, he means well. So yeah,
what did you think when he was first on that phone call? That first phone call, what did you think?
I'm curious to see how that, what exactly he's talking about again, because I think. Say what?
I think he's talking about the old school Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll see. I like where they're going with. I like where they're going with Jeffrey. I like that. Like I said, that they're bringing his son in. Jeffrey's past isn't quite clean. He mentioned being a top boy back in the UK.
Yep.
Which was interesting. I kind of got that vibe from him anyway. So I'm looking forward to seeing. Jeffrey's like another favorite of mine alongside Carlton on this show. I think he's probably like my runner-up favorite character behind Carlton. Uh, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of his son, if he's a chip off the old block, or if or just what exactly he's up to. Because I think everyone on surface level might kind of have it all wrong about him, and he's not as shady as people think he is.
Tony says Jeffrey's son is a straight scammer.
And we're gonna see. I feel like there may be a little bit more to it, but we're gonna find out as the season
I'm gonna
progresses.
guess Jeffrey's part number one, the one who he thinks died, is the other
Mhm.
Jeffrey, and he actually was more of a father figure in Jeffrey's
Mhm.
life. I mean,
Mhm.
in his son's life. So he actually does care about him, and even though he's using him to get to Jeffrey,
Mhm.
Frederick actually knows, the number one, and that's what's going on.
Mhm.
He's gonna bring him back into his life. So I mean, that's just an interesting thing because now Jeffrey's trying to be a father, but
Yeah.
also protective. But can you trust him because you don't know you were in his life, and you have to deal with that. So it's almost very much like Lou with Will, and you have
Mhm.
to respect what Frederick's been through because of all that. So I don't know. I think that's really interesting.
Mhm.
Tony says, I like Lisa and Jackie, but Jackie's more my type. I don't know if either of them my type, but I think Jackie just looks better. Plus, I like
Mhm.
dancing. That's just me. I like dancers. I can't help
I'm all about Hillary and Ivy,
it. Okay.
especially
Once again,
Ivy. Like the
well,
short hair is a risky look. Doesn't work on everyone, but she just makes it work.
when you can peel off the pixie look, that's
Mhm.
a good thing. That's a cool thing.
Yep.
Yeah, he said. Tony said, I wonder what Jeffrey's baby mama looks like to get Frederick looking the way he looks.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, if she's on the show, she'll be fine. So I know that
Mhm.
much. All right. So we have Black Cess. Will and Carton are doing that, come up with that idea.
Mhm.
And what do you see? What happened in episode 3 that surprised you?
The street race.
All right.
didn't see
What
didn't
about
see that coming.
it?
Um, it just very much came out of nowhere,
Mhm.
like just kind of considering the rest of the episode. So I didn't expect them to like go that big with it. I thought it was going to be. Uh, I didn't expect that. Long story short, but I was good with it.
Were you surprised about they even brought in the gentrification idea in Southern California?
A little bit. A little bit. Um, that was another thing that I was surprised by too. So I'm interested to see how they make that work.
Yeah, and the
You
idea that
know.
all the small shops in Southern California are all, are closing up. They're pricing them
Mhm.
out. They're putting these huge high taxes on them, and they're trying to get rid of them. So now everyone is,
Mhm.
pushing out the black people. They have nowhere to go, and all the shops are going to be owned by someone else. So I thought they're bringing up things that happen in the black community everywhere,
Mhm.
and they're talking about things that what we talk about a lot, but that's whispered in a lot of other places. So I appreciate when you bring things to light. The idea of what happens when you don't have your father in your life. The idea
Mhm.
that that it's two sides to that coin because you got Jeffrey with Frederick. The idea in a black marriage, after a couple of years, the dynamics change. How do you continue to keep that spark going? The
Mhm.
idea that it's hard to be young and growing up in this world. How do you deal with drugs? Drugs in your family? How do you deal with your own identity? They're bringing up
Mhm.
all these ideas in this show, and I think it's a necessary thing, and it's needed. It's a needed thing.
Yep, I like the social commentary aspect that they're actually working into it. It helps with grounding the show. Like I said, again, another one of the best one of the best creative decisions they could have made with this show. Is going more not only serious but grounded with it. So, they're. I think it only helps the show.
All right, my next or second to last question is: where do you think they go with this? What do you expect from this season overall?
I am curious to see where Carlton and Will go with their entrepreneurship. Like, if it goes anywhere, if it all ends up like just crumbling beneath them, I feel like we're going to see more of the rocky relationship between Will and Lou. I think that's going to be very much something that kind of goes like this and like this and like this. Personally, I'm hoping they patch things up. They've also kind of teeter-tottered with the relationship between Phil and Uncle Phil and Aunt Vivian being on shaky ground. I think something major is going to happen with that because they've been kind of teasing it for pretty much throughout all last season or most of last season.
Who do you think is going to be the problem? Who do you think is going to cause the first issue? There's an issue already out there because of Phil not telling Viv about what happened before with the partner.
I think it's already. I think Phil, and I think
Erica.
Yeah, I think you just mentioned it. I think technically it's already happened with that. I think that's going to be like the main kind of catalyst.
You don't think it has anything with Viv and that taco truck guy?
Oh, it will.
Do you think she goes out on a date with him?
Yes.
Okay.
I certainly do. Yep. I feel like that's going to happen.
Dude, I feel like I hate seeing these things happen to a family, but I think these are realistic ideas, things that happen to marriages, to anything that's been a long time. That if you take people for granted, your roles change. And because I think that's what's going on with Vivian right now. Because I didn't like the way she talked to Carlton. I thought that was, she was honest, but she was almost hurtful in her way of talking. I thought that she's withholding stuff from Phil as not just a power thing, but because she doesn't like who she is, what the way she's being looked at. Like she wants to be. So I should be the one in charge. My career needs to be the forefront now, and you're still trying to do your thing, and you need to be sacrificing now. And she's mad without telling him those things. So once again, it's communication. When that works well, that's a huge problem with relationships. But you're seeing that play out, and that's why they're not having sex. They're not talking. They're pretending like everything is fine. And these issues come up from those things. So I think they're the foundation of the family. So without that foundation, you're going to, the whole family falls apart. I think that's what I think we'll see in the next couple of episodes. Tony says, I think Aunt Viv will kiss him but stop anything further. Man, if she does that, and then does Jeffrey go and add to his body count? Because I'm telling you guys, Jeffrey has a body count.
Oh yeah,
he killed that dude in England. He killed that dude that was messing with Will. He gave him that plane ticket. He killed that dude. Watch, and we're gonna have another person to add to that body count because he's gangster. Gangster in the suit is the toughest gangster ever. But yeah, I think that happens. I think that Will and Carlton have a falling out, and then you have to work through a partnership. It's going to mirror their relationship they did in the first couple seasons, and then they have to come back together to kind of figure it out, and that will come back together as long as Phil and Viv actually work. You know, and I think this is going to mirror the episode. You know, when they're singing the karaoke, you know, from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know, they're talking about their lives together and all that stuff, and I think it's going to mirror that type of episode, and that's what we're going to get more of, more drama, and then they'll only go so far, and then they'll turn back around and realize start episode 7 to start to work together to figure this out, and it's going to take something huge like maybe a relapse.
Yeah, I'm fearing a relapse in Carlton's future for sure.
You know, think about it. I mean, with the stress between Will and Carlton, them not being together, that I think that's going to cause something like that, a relapse.
Yeah,
the stress is going to overwhelm him.
I agree. Yeah, I definitely foresee that happening.
Yeah, Tony says, I think Jeffrey might send a message by sending some guys to beat up the chef, and scare him to leave Aunt Viv alone. I think he just walks over and just throws some powder and puts all over his face. It just ends him immediately. No, I'm just saying. I think that he will have a talking to him, and then he'll talk to Phil and let him know what's going on, and then Phil will address it with Viv, and then Viv's gonna say, "I know what you did before," and he's gonna say, "It was just a kiss, and she kissed me, and I pushed her away. You didn't push him away," and that's what's gonna start that argument rolling downhill.
Yeah, I could.
One
technically,
last
he'd be telling the truth.
He would be. He did push her away. Here's my last question for you tonight, though. Who does Will choose at the end?
Lisa.
Jackie or Lisa?
I'm leaning towards Lisa.
I think because he chose Lisa last year, and Jackie's not connected to anyone else with any more manipulation, that at the end of the day, he's going to say, I'm growing up. I don't need these fairy tales things. I don't need the girl next door. I'm going to go with her and going to choose Jackie. And I think that's where it ends. I think he chooses Jackie and tells Lisa, you know, we're better as friends, and that breaks her heart.
I could, yeah.
Tony says, I could see dark skin Aunt Viv coming in as a therapist for Carlton. Tony, that's fire. That's fire. The first Aunt Viv from the TV show being a therapist for Carlton.
How crazy would that be? Yeah.
That's fire. So I think Will still has feelings for Jackie because he has more in common with her because they're from the same place and they're both trying to do more with their life than when everyone else telling them that that's all they are. I think so too. I like that thought process. But overall, these episodes have been a lot of fun. It's complicated. This reimagination of the Fresh Prince is good. You know, I think they're doing a really good job with tackling these ideas that occur in a lot of families, that occur in a lot of couples, that occur in a lot of young Black people's lives today, and they're going to address them out in the open. And even I think the American idea of when you have a drug problem, addiction is not something that you just get over. And that's why I thought about the whole 28 days. I think that was enough. It's not, addiction is a disease. And it's something you have to deal with every day until you can accept every day that I have to deal with this and think that you're just going to be able to push it down and hide it. You're going to revisit it over and over and over again. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, like I said, like the route they go with this show, it grew on me probably like from the second episode in. Originally, I don't even know what I was thinking, man. Like being disappointed that it wasn't gonna be comedic when that turned out to really work towards it at its advantage. I like that this is very much its own animal. You know, I think there really is no comparing it to the original because it does its own thing. You know, they took the basic framework of the original and just kind of did their own thing, which I appreciate. I think it works very well.
I think it allows for a lot of tough things that the first show talked about, because they did have a lot
Mhm.
of these ideas, but it allows it to be done in a more serious way. And I think that's
Mhm.
to his advantage. And I would love to see. I love seeing all the callbacks. So we're going to
Mhm.
see Jeffrey in this season, the old school Jeffrey. I would love to
Mhm.
see episode when Will's there. I love to see old school Aunt Viv. I think that would be cool. The OG Carlton will be another businessman who wants to use Will and Carlton's merch for his campaign he's doing.
Yeah, I'm surprised there hasn't been an Alfonso Ribeiro cameo just yet, but then there haven't really been any cameos yet.
Yeah, I mean, well, we know Jeffrey's going to be there, so
Jeffrey's going to be there, yeah.
and the light skinned Aunt Viv has been there too.
Hmm.
So she was in there because she
Well,
was the original person who ran the art thing. That
oh wait! Yeah, you're right. I'm so sorry. Yeah, now it's coming back.
yeah. So all those are really cool things. I think that we're going to enjoy this going forward. This modern day kind of retelling of the story.
Hmm.
I'm enjoying it. So I want to know if you guys are enjoying it. Let us know in the comments of this video. Let us know if there's something we're missing that we should be seeing that we're not seeing right now.
Hmm.
I'm really liking all the twisted turns they're doing. It's hard for me to watch sometimes because I hate seeing bad things happen to people, and the fact that the
Hmm.
idea that as you do more, you get a lot more problems. But it's damn sure entertaining.
I'm the same way.
All right, guys, like this video. Join us on Mondays and Thursdays. So as we talk about all these things, we'll continue our talk on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, or Bel-Air, basically. Season 3. We'll do that on Thursday. Next Thursday, we will do the same thing. We'll knock out 4 and 5, and we'll get everything caught up. Come join us. Bring your opinions and let us know if we're missing something. Appreciate you guys. Tony says Will could be a childhood friend of Lou to tell the new Will how good Lou was and what happened to Lou.
Hmm.
That would be cool. I like it. Come with all your ideas, guys. Bring them in the comments, and we'll talk about them. But right now, if you in a live show, we're gonna keep on going to the next topic. If you're looking at a video afterwards, that's our thought process. Come join us, and we will see you guys in the next video. Cool. Hey,
1 second.
what's up, Drew?
Drew, what's going on, man?
How you feeling, man? Oh boy. But no, I mean, I've had a lot of fun with this Bel-Air. I really have.
Yeah, it's a good one. Like I
Um,
said, like it infinitely more than I expected to.
yeah. So tonight was also the series finale for Evil.
Mhm.
I've been keeping up with this show. I love the show a lot. So I can't wait. As soon as I'm done with this stream, I'm going to watch the series finale. I was trying to watch episode 4 of Bel-Air before we got on. But so I know you didn't watch that yet. Yeah, so that's why they bring up episode 4. But oh, and remember Tatiana Ali was in this too.
Hmm.
So
She was. I don't
yeah,
know how I'm forgetting about the cameos.
Miss Hughes. Yeah, Miss Hughes.
Mhm. Yep,
So
yep, sure was. Ashley's teacher,
I
right?
wanna. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly her. And she was like, "Why are you
Mhm.
fighting for me? I'm gonna be okay," and all that stuff. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where we get for the rest of the stuff.
Hmm.
But I was saying about Evil, I want to do an entire season the final season 4 review. I might do that
Mhm.
alone because I'm probably the only one that's watched all 14 episodes of it. But I've heard that this last episode was fire.
Mhm.
I cannot wait to talk about that a lot. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. All right. What's up, Profess? We had just jumped in. We just finished up talking about Bel-Air. That was a whole lot of fun. But honestly, I just got a text message that said my daughter is having a toothache and I got to run to the store. So I'm going to end this a little early tonight, guys. I'm
Okay.
apologizing, but I have to get out of here
Mhm.
and take care of my baby. So I will cut up this stuff and we'll release it during the weekend. But I will have to see you guys on Monday because family guy gonna come first. So
Oh, absolutely. And I can run to my friend's birthday party at the local bar over here. So.
I see you. Okay. All right, guys. We will be here Monday for the full show. On Monday, we will be talking about The Crow. We'll talk about anything else that happens this weekend. I have a few other things that I really want to talk about, and we have a couple of trailers that I didn't get to watch tonight that we will watch on Monday. But sorry, I run out here so early. It's over an hour early, but we're gonna do it tonight. But we will see you guys on Monday. Thanks for everybody coming in. See you next
Thank
week.
you, everyone.
All right, guys.
All right.